Warning, the following podcast is intended for immature dads only. Listener discretion is advised. This is Dad's Game Review, the most casual hardcore gamers around. Reviews and news from every platform. We waste our time so you don't have to.
What's up, kids? Welcome to another episode of Dad's Game Review. I am Paul Squilacci, and I am joined by a guy who once again is here against his will. And with the same 40% enthusiasm. Gosh, Josh.
Okay, I was trying to come in at like 60 today, but it's been a long, freaking boring day. Oh my God. I'm doing my best. I'm not against my will. I don't know if I can put on that personality today. We're going to try. Here we go. Here, we ready? And... All right, how's it going, guys? What's up? Josh here. We're ready to play some games and talk about games. How have you been the last 2 weeks?
I've been okay. I've been just inundated with trainings at work about, being a better person and all that other stuff, and still coming to work with a smile on your face.
Didn't you say fake it till you make it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just...
Something my wife always says. It irritates me. I'm like, I can't fake it. Sorry. Like, my emotions are right here on my sleeve.
I suffer from compassion fatigue. And if you don't know what that is, it's when you... It's sounding like a dick without meaning to sound like a dick.
Absolutely. I mean, I worked with the elderly forever. I totally get it. Like, you only have so much patience and so much love.
You only have so much bandwidth of emotion before you're inundated with people who are just so needy, and you're just like...
Yeah, remember, he deals with the psychiatrically ill people, and I fix bodies. He tries to contain people with mind problems. So
yeah, and it's just because... And then you're like, and then the first question when you start to talk to like managers and stuff about it, well, are you doing self-care?
Oh yeah, don't burn out. They say they don't want you to burn out, but you can't take any time off.
Right.
Then no burnout. But you're stressed. Oh well, we don't want that. But also keep working and shut up.
Yeah. Well, we offer you mental health days. It's like, okay.
I've just been bored crazy at work. We lost this contract with this doctor's group who would supply us a lot of patients. The thing is, they were screwing us over completely. Basically, they would do an operation and they would send us a patient and they would pay us for 4 sessions. And we had to space those sessions out 2 weeks apart, right? And then after those 4 sessions, they wouldn't pay us for extra, even if the patient needed extra. So we'd have to keep seeing them for free after the 4 sessions. So we were like, stop screwing us over. We said, you either renegotiate the contract and we get what we deserve, or we lose your group. They decided to lose their group, and now we've got like half the patient load we had. So my afternoons have been me sitting there pissing off people on social media, basically, by screwing with Xbox gamers and stuff like that. So.
Right. Yeah. That's funny. That's great.
I got nothing else going on. I've just been bored out of my mind with slow work.
That sounds like a type of a mob scam or something. It sounds like...
It really was ridiculous. Like,
it sounds like some lowbrow shit that, like, the doctors do this and then they do that and then this, and it all falls into place, and then somebody makes $1,000.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were making a killing on it because they're getting the huge payout for the services or whatever. But then we only get paid for the first 4 sessions of our services, and if the person's not fixed in 4 sessions, we have to do it for free. Okay. That's just ridiculous.
You know what? If you have time, I mean, I don't know so back in New York City, I was fascinated by mob culture.
I always have been. Sopranos is like a phase.
And how it evolved. If you want to look at something interesting, look up at the gas tax scheme that was done in New York City, where mobsters went around and said, this is how you do this. And they would skim off the taxes, and they would pay the mobsters the tax money.
Nice.
And then it was crazy. It was crazy. And back then it was pen and paper. So it wasn't like electronic. Nobody could keep accurate records.
Pretty easy to just skim off the top then. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was very easy. So it was just that fascinated me to a degree.
Well, I can tell you this whole healthcare system is a scam. So yeah, we're completely, as a first world nation with third world healthcare, we are a piece of shit country when it comes to healthcare. So we don't need to get into that though, but that is real life. And speaking of real life, we played some real life games this week, didn't we?
This is the sequel to FMV games that we started. We did one, right?
FMV what's FMV stand for?
Full motion video.
Full
Right?
motion video games. Yeah. So this has always
Yeah.
been like these. I remember these coming about back in the 90s, and like it was mind blowing back then. They're like,
Oh well, yeah.
they put in real like movie clips into our games. Like I'm playing Road Rash and I can watch the Soundgarden Bad Motor Finger video or whatever. Like what? Like it was crazy. Or like the one I always reference is the Journeyman Project, which was this crazy like spaceship like mech suit type uh thing that had full motion video cutscenes for the story. And like it just I remember I bought it at Ross for like $5 and I like it
What?
just blew my mind. So now there's been a resurgence in the last like 10 years with FMV games. So we did a part one last time. We covered some classics like one of the worst or the worst game of all time, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties or whatever.
Oh,
Uh, we
oh,
uh, we
it's
we
so bad.
covered
It's so good.
and also as bad was
Right.
American Hero, which was a unreleased Jaguar CD game. There was only
Yeah.
12 of those in existence, and this one was
Right.
never finished. American Hero. We did what was it? Blood. Oh, what was that one? The one that was good that was like a movie. Bloodshore. That was
Oh
like a
yeah, yeah.
survival reality show with humans killing each other on an island. Like
Yeah. Yeah, it was
that
like
one was kind
Running
of
Man,
cool.
except, like in a little bit more modern.
And then Erica, which was like a story about a girl who lost her mother to a cult, and that one was amazing.
That was the best one out of
That was
all
the
of them.
best one. So sadly, when we picked
Yeah.
out FMV games this time, we didn't get things as cool. There's still some cool games that we played, but
Yeah.
we didn't pick. We went more action packed last time, and we went more story time this time. So,
Right. Yeah.
tell me about what you played.
See, Josh, I love FMV games combine two things. Bad decisions and then watching actors silently judge me for them. So I've always enjoyed FMV games. I started with the game Night Trap. Doo-doo-doo.
And this was Night Trap. All I know about it is that it was the worst game of all time
It was banned.
until Plumbers came out.
You know what it was? A lot of this, it kind of was the game that created the ESRB, believe it or not.
Yeah,
And
isn't there some sexy scenes or something in it?
it's not sexy per se. It's sexy because the women are scantily clad. The 30-year-olds acting like teenagers.
Right. Well, like they did
But
with
they're
Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, same type of
yeah, they're
thing. Where
wearing very scantily because these girls are having a sleepover, and it stars if anybody's old enough to remember Different Strokes.
oh wow,
Little what was his name again? Crap, everybody's yelling at me. Uh, Different Strokes starring Dana Plato. She was the sister of Different Strokes. What you talking about,
oh no,
Willis?
I watched the show a little bit. Like I don't, that's
Okay.
a little before me.
He was the sister. She was the sister of the young star, and then there was Todd Bridges, of course. I remember his name. He
Right.
was the brother. Oh man, what was his name? And he ran for mayor of Los Angeles too.
But that was the
Anyway,
girl. That was the girl that was in Night
the
Trap.
girl that was in
Oh,
Night Trap, she was the lead.
oh, gotcha.
Which sadly her life ended because she was a porn star after that, and
Oh shit.
she overdosed on drugs, and we lost her. But
What was the actual story of Night Trap? I know zero about it.
so
Zero.
it's back, Night Trap. It's the 25th year anniversary edition is the one that I played on PS5 because apparently some games just refuse to stay dead. This is a legendary FMV experience where you play as a high-tech security operator whose job is basically watch 8 security cameras at the same time and occasionally press no or just don't show up at all. It was like Five Nights at Freddy's before Five Nights at Freddy's.
You're just watching cameras?
And you're just watching cameras for vampires and you trap them with these crazy ass traps that you bought at Home Depot. And
Okay.
you just watch these 8 screens. In the meantime, you're watching these 8 screens. So imagine like a security room where you're watching 8 screens. The color code, the system has traps all over the house. That's how you trap these quote unquote vampires. They're just dudes in black masks. So you go around and you trap them with these traps.
What do you have to
They're
do to actually interact and trap? What's the gameplay?
the R2.
You just see a little like real life figure scurrying
You
by through
see
a
a guy,
camera, and you
and
just
he'll
press
walk
R2.
in front of he'll walk in front of a bookcase, and then at the bottom there'll be a bar, like a sensor bar that's green.
Oh,
It'll go
okay.
yellow, and when it's red, you press R2, and the bookcase goes, and it traps the vampires,
And
right?
that's it.
And that's it. However, here's the thing: they throw a twist in there. The house is coded with colors. So I think I joked about this a while ago, with bad voiceovers, because they had to save money, Josh. They couldn't just they couldn't record. So basically, let me back up.
Hold on. Okay, you're
Let me
losing me
back up.
now. Get to the point. Go.
Yeah. Okay. So the traps are controlled by a color scheme. So there's blue, yellow, green, purple, orange, right? Five colors. But those colors change as to who controls all the traps. So you start out on blue, right? But you're supposed to watch every screen and trap all the vampires, and then pay attention to dialogue through family members that are in the house as well.
You said it was
And
pissing you off and you couldn't get anywhere. You were getting
yeah,
stuck.
because it has like a little tally at the bottom. Possible captures, how many you actually captured? And the possible captures, always at least 20 up. You couldn't get to the rooms fast enough.
Oh,
And on top of that, the people in the house would change the colors. So they would be like, "Oh yeah, somebody's got control of the traps. I'm going to change the color to yellow." You had to pay
okay.
attention for these little cutscenes, and you had no idea what room they were in or when they were saying it or anything. On top of that, they couldn't waste film, Josh, so they did voiceovers instead of just making these people say these things and then fixing it in post. It was always, "Yeah, that's a good idea, Craig. Let's change the code to blue."
I
Right?
always love when they do that. They did that with American Hero too. That was funny.
It
'Cause
was just like, and it was so nuanced. It was like as if, like you didn't just hear that. Yeah, Kelly says we should change the code to
okay,
yellow.
but this was what, Sega CD? Like what was this?
This
I
was
know
Sega CD originally.
I own
And I,
two physicals of the game, but they're both sealed because they're special editions that were limited releases, and one is blue and one is yellow, and one is supposed to be a Sega CD, I think, release, and the other one's a 32X release, I believe.
oh wow,
Yeah, because I think it was on the
the
32X
the
also.
Tower of Power.
I know, right?
Yeah,
The Genesis Transformer.
that's what it was. I mean, and it was this game got a lot of controversy because the women were. It was a sleepover. It turns out the backstory is that this family has this house and they trap girls and they feed them to these vampires,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And so every weekend they invite a group of people over. This time it just happened to be some hot 20 somethings, who are acting like teenagers.
Well,
And
this sounds like it has way more interactivity than like what we did compared with Plumbers, which is what this game's always compared to.
yeah, it
All
actually
that was
plays
a
out, but it's the
slideshow.
same. It's an old game,
Oh, I know. I don't expect much out of
So so when this game came out, when I say this created the ESRB, it literally did because it got banned
Oh.
because people saw these scantily clad girls where you can literally don't kill me for this. You literally see tits through shirts.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not in. I don't know if it's intentional. Maybe it was cold in the room. Who knows? I don't know. But it was like all over the news. You can look up news clips, and people are like,
Oh no, I've
"This
heard
is
that
a black-"
it's
you can look
infamous.
up.
I've always heard about it because it is infamous. It was banned, and there was there was the 90s had some, they pushed the limits with what they could do sexually and stuff in media and all that kind of stuff. And so for
Right.
that kind of stuff coming into gaming, you remember how early in the 90s when it came just to violence, people were
Oh,
freaking
they
out
had
where
like,
Mortal Kombat
yeah,
had to be censored and all that kind of stuff. So nudity, oh my God, that's even worse for some reason.
and they
Eh,
had they had they had like senators like discussing this and like
Yeah.
like just like
People now that get so outraged at stuff don't realize how stupid outrage is. Like this started 30 years ago with outrages, on in
oh
gaming
yeah.
stuff with stupid little things, and it just doesn't
And
change much.
it was very hard to follow. I even pulled up a guide and went step by step with pressing pause, reading the guide. Oh, right here at 5 minutes and 20 seconds it changes to yellow. You like, like, because you can't be in all 8 rooms at the same time. You're constantly switching cameras like you're a TSA agent with
Well,
trust
that's how
issues.
Five Nights at Freddy's is
You're
too, which
you're
I never
trying.
liked that gameplay either. That was not my thing. But
I mean, you're trying to catch enemies that move with the urgency of like DMV line on a Monday. You know, it's not it's not good. It's not good at all. But anyway, my
what
a
else did
friend
you
of
play?
mine.
Oh, you got a story?
Yeah, I was just going to tell you that this came along with a friend of mine when it was like 1989 or 1990, and he called me and he was like, "Guess what?" He's like, "I was in Toys R Us and they had a Sega CD, so I bought it." And I'm like, "What?" Because these were sold out everywhere. These Sega CDs were non-existent. Like you couldn't find them.
Yeah, there
And he's
wasn't
like, yeah.
many
He
bought or
goes, yeah, it
released.
was
Yeah,
just on the shelf, and I bought it, and I bought Night Trap, and we were supposed to go to church that night, something you could relate to, and
yeah,
it was like some kind of Wednesday youth group thing, and I was like, dude, I'm coming over right now, and we're gonna play this instead of church,
that's awesome.
and we did, and we played it all night, and we just were like, all right, this
It's the
sucks.
same thing as like sneaking in an R-rated movie when your parents wouldn't let you see R-rated movies. Same type of thing with a game, though. Yeah,
Yeah, and to be fair,
guys night type thing.
the PS version tries to, does its best to polish things up, cleaner video, smoother presentation, all that jazz. And, to be fair, like I said, FMV looks better than it has probably a right to, you know?
Yeah, well, and they've done that with all these early '90s FMVs. They've a bunch have been re-released and stuff, and they are what they are. But it's like keepsaking. It's like a keepsake of history with gaming history and stuff. And that's why each one of these shows, because I have plenty of games for 3 more of these type of FMV shows. I have such a huge collection of
Right.
games. I was trying to throw in one old one with each of these shows. So that Night Trap was the old one. I was going to try and do Corpse Killer. But we'll save that
Okay.
for the part 3. Corpse Killer, which is an old FMV game that's also a shooter, like Revolution X,
Oh,
like a
okay.
light gun shooter looking type game. It looked great, so I was gonna do that on the next one. But
I mean, I have to be honest with you, I'm FMD'd out. I
oh,
don't
it's
know
gonna
how
be a
much
while.
more this. Yeah,
No,
I don't
good.
know how long I'm going to wait till I do. I just am like, I don't know.
Well, what else did you play though?
In the, all right, final verdict, just so you have it, because I wrote a paragraph about this.
Sure.
It's not really a game. It's a historical artifact with a panic button. It's, yeah, it's respectable because it was probably one of the first, especially one of the first to show nipples. Uh, but I respect it when time is not being slowed. Like it's not being slowly trapped into this VHS fever dream. You just because that's what it felt like. It felt like you were watching a VHS tape and it just kind of like faded. You know?
That's why I think it's fun. It's like revisiting the past. It's a cool thing of history in the past. That's just so bad today, but back then we were like, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I did a lot of talk. I took a lot of notes on all of these because I had time. Do you want to talk about the next one?
What's the next one?
Who pressed mute on Uncle Marcus?
Okay, so this one I have seen for years and years, and it's always intrigued me, and I've always been like, "What is this? Like,
It's got an interesting title.
And yeah, it was just an intriguing title, and I realized, oh, who pressed mute? Okay, so this is like a murder mystery type thing.
Right.
And so this is another one by Wales Interactive. Wales Interactive is the big company that releases a majority of these FMV games.
Right.
And yeah, this one was interesting. The setup on it is your family was at like a family reunion event.
Yeah.
Suddenly, one of the uncles, Uncle Marcus, contacts you, and this is all done through video conferencing, all the scenes, contacts you and says he's been poisoned by a member of the family. I'm
Everybody's
dying.
from London except Marcus. It's like watching Dances with
That's
Wolves.
because it's Wales Interactive, where
Because
these things
Kevin
are made. It's always English people and stuff.
It's like watching Dances with Wolves because Kevin Costner's the only one without a Navajo accent. And like just has that whiny Chicago like, I was there with the buffaloes.
Yeah, Marcus totally seems like a New Jersey like uncle or something like
Yeah.
that. That it's just like, and he just doesn't fit in with the rest of the family.
Right,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
premise of it is, so they were at that. Marcus is dying. He contacts you. He's like, someone's poisoned me. You got to figure out who, because we need to know what the antidote is, because we don't, the doctors can't identify what kind of poison this is. You need to
Right.
find out who it is and find out the poison. Let me know so we can take the right antidote and I can live. And then the mother of this family calls. They're doing a like get to know each other, family quiz fun show type
They do
thing, which is
quiz night,
it's
right?
quiz night. It's stupid as hell, but
It
it's a
is.
way to get this. It's a way to get the story across.
If this was an advertisement on selling quiz night to me,
Oh my God, it's awkward as hell. It's just
I would
I
be
would hate
like,
it.
I'm not going to that.
Nobody
That's
wants to go with
retarded.
their family and have some weird video conferencing quiz night. It's so awkward the way they set up the premise on
And
this.
then
But
wonder why everybody's so pissy.
right,
Because
like you
this
don't want to be
sucks,
like
Mom.
I would absolutely be that 14-year-old kid that's just like, fuck you, mom, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, totally.
It was
You're
totally
like,
stupid.
you're like, oh, and she just wants mom shit. She just, why can't we all just
Well, let's
be
just all we need
friends
to get
and
together
blah
and
blah
be
blah?
loud,
And it's
be
like, because
nice.
this game sucks, Mom.
Yes, and
That's why.
that's the dynamic in the entire thing. It's
Right.
like this dysfunctional family that's like kind of at each other's throats. It's two sides of the family. There's the mom with her daughter and son, and then there's her sister with her daughter and son, Aunt June.
Yeah.
I can't remember the mom's name, but there's mom and Aunt June who are sisters.
Felicity,
Yeah, Felicity. And so Aunt June
not
is
the
like
pretty one from the '90s.
Aunt June is a dark-haired raving psychopath, and I love her. I love her. So what this game is about is the characters. These
You
characters,
mean
because they
the
all
drunk? Aunt
yes,
June?
the drunk raving
The-
lunatic. Yes, no, she's
she
awesome.
finishes like a whole bottle of wine. the
Each
whole
each
thing.
segment, she's finishing a whole bottle of wine, and she
Yeah,
doesn't give
yeah.
a fuck about anybody. They can all kiss her ass, and I love
Right.
that. It just cracks
Yeah.
me up. And she talks shit about all of them, like to their face. Like somebody will say something like happy or positive, and they'll go to her, and she's like, you know what? Fuck you. You're stupid.
Yeah.
It's great. She's not that direct with it, but in general, broad terms, she's basically doing that to everybody, and it just cracks me
Right.
up. And then so tell me about some of the other characters.
Oh, so basically, Uncle Marcus, I had this written down that. So, can you solve a murder through an awkward Zoom conversation with your family?
Pretty much.
And the answer is technically yes, but emotionally no. Spiritually, you're being punished somehow by some ethereal being. It's an interactive murder. So there's who did you go? There's Lottie, your sister. You
Lottie
just-
is the influencer. She is
Yeah.
a horribly pretentious, self-absorbed, completely egocentric influencer.
and
Everything in her
unfortunately,
world's
she's
about her.
hot.
And she looks like, you know who she looks like? She looks like Busy Phillips when she was young. I don't know if you
Right.
know. She totally freaking does. It's an identical Busy Phillips from back when she was in like
It's
Cougar
like,
Town or
holy
something.
shit, this girl.
Yes. I said it on
Um,
stream too. I was playing it on stream. I'm like, nobody knew who I was referencing, but it totally is her.
Right. So you're actually the entire job is basically you sitting through family drama, choosing dialogue and options under pressure, and try not to get discovered by people who all look like they're on a bad Zoom filter anyway.
But you're trying to find clues, and that's the thing. You have to talk to them a certain way and milk these clues out of them
right,
in order
but it's
to
not
make an
something that you
accusation.
actually physically collect. You just have to wait for them to say the right thing, and then the game selects the clues.
Right,
and
right. You
puts
just have to pick the
them-
right options. And that's the frustrating part because this game wants you to play it multiple times. You cannot beat this in one sitting. It's 1 hour each time you play, or 40 minutes
Right.
actually, about each time you play. But you have to play it. I think I was on my fourth play and I still had only done a few
Yeah, you have to play it
accusations.
like 5 or 6 times to get to see all the endings, and it's not really. Let me ask you a question: is it technically a game when there is no ending?
That's just it. It's like you run out of scenes to see. The nice thing is that once you get to each separate section, you can skip through all the different scenes like
Yeah,
that you've
but
already
there's
seen.
there's no who did it. It's all like, here's 6 people that possibly did it.
Yeah.
Or
And so
5
I decided to
people,
finally
whatever.
Google it because I was getting tired of replaying
Yeah,
it and
Google
not
doesn't
and,
say. Yeah.
when not getting to a point. I was like, so who am I supposed to accuse? Who kills it? And then I find out everyone can be accused in the
Yeah,
game as
it's
long as you
not-
have
that's
enough
what I
evidence
mean.
for them, and also none of them admit to doing it. So I
Right.
don't know. Did you ever save
That's-
Did you ever save Marcus in any of the playthroughs? Did you pick the right of antidote? Because I picked 2 of the.
Yes.
I never
Yeah.
did. I picked 2 of the 3
Because
antidotes.
depending upon who you have the most evidence on depends on the poison. First of all,
Don't
I know this
confuse
is
me.
I know this is a game. So the premise actually is solid, like Uncle Marcus, right? And he got poisoned by somebody in the family, and someone in the family did it. So naturally, instead of like doing something like call the police like a normal person, everyone decided to turn this passive-aggressive virtual interrogation room hosted by a streaming app from 2014 and have a quiz show night. And based on how much information you get from each family member is the poison antidote that you select. And there's
Oh,
only
okay.
3 antidotes, but it doubles up. So I started to do a little trickery math, and I said, okay, well, this kills him. This doesn't kill him. But even when you pick the right thing, so there's a health bar for Uncle Marcus.
Oh,
Like
that's
a
constantly counting
fucking
down. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's fucking like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, you know when he's gonna run out of life.
But when it gets down to the end and you pick the right antidote, it only goes up like this.
Oh.
It doesn't
Well,
heal him.
The other, I picked 2 of the 3 and it killed him both times, so I didn't get lucky enough. But I also, at one point, it gives you the option: do you keep going with Marcus and trust him, or do you say, you know what, I'm tired of this, I don't trust you anymore? I picked that option, which you didn't pick, to see what would happen.
Picked it. I trust them every single time.
So at that point,
the rest of my family were assholes.
At that point, he's
the
gonna
only nice guy in the family.
Well, he was the only entertaining one that was kind of decent. Yeah, like he was like I actually felt bad for him. And they hate him. They straight up tell you that they hate him. Every single one of them does. And you're his favorite niece or whatever. So like, you have the bond with him. But when you say you don't trust him, he straight up just like starts begging and dies like right there. And then it goes to a screen of all 6 of the family members. And they're all pretending to be mourning. It's all in black and white. And they all say that they wanted to kill him anyway. You never find out who does it.
Yeah,
but they all admit that they kind of wished he was dead. Yeah,
I mean, but, except for
June.
So are we
June does say June was looking to hire a hitman at one point. She's like, "Man, I wish I did it."
Yeah, but then she goes on to talk about how she's like, "Look at me, I'm a drunk. I can barely get my clothes on most days." And it's like, how are you operating Zoom then?
We left out some of the other characters though, but there was there's Nan, who's the grandma. She's the mother or the grandma of the
the talkative one.
And apparently she's got the darkest secrets, but I never unlocked any. She's got the darkest stuff I read online that right. she's actually the one that's been manipulating the entire family, but she comes off as this sweet geriatric like old lady.
Yeah, I think we read the same thing because she did not come off that way at all the entire game. A very loving grandmother with just a lot of like secrets.
No, I know, but that's just it. She came off loving, but apparently there's some weird stuff that she knows shit on everybody, but I never unlocked any of it. I couldn't unlock anything with her. Right. And then there's Bradley, who's June's son, who, go figure, the mom's a drunk and a shitty person, and her son is obsessed with like serial killers and death and the little emo kid.
He had poison. The poisons.
Yeah. He literally gave Uncle Marcus some painkillers at some point, which could have been poison,
which could have had the poison. It wasn't until this quiz that that the son, Toby, June's son, goes, "Oh shit, one of my poisons is missing."
Right. And he's missing a bottle. And you're like, so that's why it really comes down to any one of these people could have been in. As long as you had enough evidence, you could have accused anybody and finished the game. So it is. And the last one was Toby. Toby's the most.
Anybody you accuse, it comes down to, well, I didn't like him that much, but I didn't kill him. Like everybody was the same.
They all had an excuse or a reason. And then Toby was the only one that we didn't mention, who's he's one of the sons that's on a African safari because he's trying to save the planet. He is so pretentious and annoying. I had to throw him in here so we didn't leave him out because his little save the planet, save the tribes, save the bullshit is so annoying. Oh my god. So they all hate him anyway, and they just want him gone as well. So
but anyway, funny is that, are we spoiling any of the endings? Because I could tell
there's nothing really to spoil. I mean, you'll figure that kind of stuff out anyway. I honestly wouldn't recommend wasting time on this unless you really want to see the characters. It wasn't one of my
I would rather just type in who pressed mute on Loggers and just type the endings. Just like the endings of each character, and you'll just
watch it that way.
The craziest of all the endings was Toby. Did you watch that ending?
I only saw Lottie's because you said you didn't do that one, so I did that one.
What did Lottie say?
All she does is she says, "I didn't kill him, but I did coke with him." That's all she said. And she's like, I don't do. She doesn't do meth or something like that. It was just coke or whatever. I don't remember what it was exactly. She said she didn't do this other drug, but she just did coke with him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's.
But what was Toby's?
Was Toby? Toby was the
African safari.
Oh, his was crazy too, but not as much as Bradley.
Oh, Bradley. Okay,
Bradley's
the emo
with
kid.
All the poisons, right?
Yeah, emo kid.
So he gets on the Zoom and he's so fucking stressed out that they change the camera to him and he has a gun to his head.
Oh, what?
When you accuse him.
Oh, no way.
Like, that's fucking it. I'm gonna fucking whatever bloke this.
Dark.
And and everybody's like, oh my god, Bradley, don't do it. Even though you're a freak and we made fun of you this entire time and totally gaslit you.
Oh, dude, if I was in that family, I'd want to kill myself too.
He was just like, and then he doesn't do it, right? But he holds the gun here. because his mom is in the other room. Apparently, they can't Zoom in the same room, so his mom is in the other room, and when she sees the gun to his head, Auntie June, she gets up and she runs towards his room, and they all talk to him and be like, Bradley, don't. And he puts his gun down. He's like, all right, but the gun goes off. He shoots Auntie June to the point where blood splatters
he
on
shoots.
his face.
He shoots June.
He shoots Auntie June, his mom.
Holy shit!
And blood comes on his face, like an excessive
my
amount.
God!
Like a shotgun was shot in the other direction. Like
holy crap!
He's just like, right, and he's like, I can't deal with this. And he runs and jumps out the window. He's on the 4th floor.
You are making this up. You got to be making this up. Are you serious right now? That's how dark Marcus gets?
And everybody on the Zoom, nobody clocks off. Everybody's like...
They're all just sitting there watching, and then like he jumps out the window anyway. And
the lack of emotion...
oh, shit.
The lack of emotion that you, the main character, experience from an entire family that you just said Marcus killed him, died...
They all seem to just want each other dead in the first place. It's the most dysfunctional family.
Oh, well, that's blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know if this is an English thing or whatever, but it was just so nonchalant. And then they all stay on Zoom. After Bradley kills his mom, apparently, and he jumps out a window.
That's ridiculous. So, like I said,
they're all like, oh my God.
Unless you want to see funny characters, like, it's not worth playing.
One
otherwise.
fucking trauma event after another. And Toby's ending was that he wasn't in Africa. He tripped. He got like so excited that he jumped up and he tripped and the phone fell. And he's videoing in a van.
See, the van looked fake to me. The whole fact, it looked like he's was shaking
in the back of a van.
It looked like he was sitting there rocking it up and down like it was moving the whole time.
Yeah. And
like it didn't look real.
Because he accidentally pressed his smartphone and it made like a cow noise or something.
So he is a pretentious little asshole who's not actually out there saving the planet.
It was like,
that's funny.
Soundscapes. And he's like, oh, and then he fell, and the phone fell, and he's in the back of a van.
That's ridiculous.
It was just so stupid. Those are the ones that I watched, and I was like, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah. Once again, I don't think it's really worth playing unless you just want to see some wacky characters. I was more trying to like just get through it than I was enjoying it. So
I didn't solve any murders of who killed Uncle Marcus, but I survived the Zoom call, so I think.
And then the last one we played together was actually the best one, right? Did you play it? Did you freaking play it?
Yes.
What is it called?
Dead Reset.
Okay, now set it up.
It was annoying at
what?
first. At first, it was.
Don't talk about what. Set it up. What is it?
So basically, you wake up. As sometime I don't know if you're on a spaceship. I'm assuming, right?
No.
Is that a spaceship?
Did you not get far enough? Did you not play the game?
No, I did. I played it almost until the end. And
you're completely underwater.
Oh, you're underwater?
Yeah, you're in an underwater facility.
I forgot.
Anyway, okay. So anyway, he wakes up and he's supposed to be a surgeon. Like they brought him to this facility to be a surgeon.
Trigger happy soldier who's constantly
got a gun in his head.
Constantly, like, just give me a reason. And it's like, dick, shit, take a step back. Like. Like it's like they need you because you're the most skilled surgeon to take this fucking monster out of this woman's abdomen. Yeah. And he's like, I don't even know why I'm here. I don't know how I got here. All I do, and he explains it to them. He's like, I just keep waking up in this situation, and everybody in this room dies. And he goes through like maybe 4 or 5 scenarios where every time you die, it resets. It resets the same scene.
Almost as if it's a dead reset. The name of the game. Okay, so hold on. You're just rambling through the game. Okay.
All right.
The whole point of the game is that you're trying to find your way through the thing by picking the right things. And what's funny about the game is actually the dying. That's what ends up becoming amusing, is because you pick different directions from each conversation, and you go from, like you said, 4 or 5 scenarios where you're going to die over and over and over until you pick the right thing. But that's where the funny part of the game actually comes in, is because it gets to a point where you're like, I don't even know what to pick. It's going to kill me no matter what. so you just start giving into like these choices. You're like, you know what? Because the first scene is cutting a creature out of a woman's stomach, and you're just going to redo that over and over. The problem is when this creature comes out, it kills all 5 of you, like every time. And so you're just replaying to try and get through that thing, and then you escape from that area and you go on to another scenario, and you move through this facility until you can try and escape, and you build these bonds with these people. There is the large black guy with the gun who's always got a gun in your face. He's a dick. What's his name? Slade.
Okay.
And then we've got Fern,
He's
who
from
is
California. I'm telling you.
Fern's kind of a
Slade.
sweet girl, but I don't know, just a nice girl. But
Apparently,
she's been doing the testing
reason,
on you.
Yeah, for whatever reason, you care what she feels, aside from everybody else.
I did the whole time. I sided with her through the whole entire game, all the way to the end, and we ended
Did
up
you
falling in love. Yes, we made out.
Shocker.
Yeah, well, she was sweet. But and then Slade, and then there's a Margin, who's the old lady who's
Weird. That's a weird name.
I don't even remember what it was. It was weird, but
it was like Margin. Every time they kept saying it, is it Margin?
I don't know.
The side of a page, or like Morgan? Are they trying to say Morgan?
But she's the one that brought you here because you got to save this and get rid of this creature or whatever. But what you find
and
out
they
is
never
that
explain how or where.
no, and what you find out is that you've been in a testing facility having human experiments done on you and all this kind of shit. And there's been this creature that has been incubated as a parasite inside this woman who's now been unleashed on this facility underwater, and you've got to survive. So that's the whole premise, setup, and all the characters.
It's like I wanted to be in the pitch room when the guy came up and they were like, "All right, what do we got for ideas?" And this guy's like, "Hey, you know how like people like dying, but like repeatedly, and not like in a fun roguelike way. You know, more like please check your life choices this way."
It reminded me of the Deathloop game where you're trying to work your way through this death loop that you just keep going through. I didn't like it.
Anyway, and there's kind of like a stand there like, I guess we're doing this today. Like, it's just everybody's attitude is so like, you know, at its core, it's built around a time loop style survival horror structure where you're constantly resetting, reliving the scenarios, and trying to inch your way towards progress. But it didn't really have a skip. You know, it would have been nice if there was like a little bit of a skip. Like, I'm not looking for like
No. But no, that was necessary in Marcus. That was necessary because they kept repeating themselves. You had to watch the same things again. When you died in this, it played differently each time. There'd be certain little segments that were similar, but they didn't really replay many of the scenes over and over. They were different each time you did it because he would get back to the same scenario where he was facing off with the giant creature and had to either grab the electrical cable and electrocute him with it, or go about, whatever, throwing something else with him, distracting him. But it would play out differently each time you came back when you failed, that's what I appreciated because it wasn't like reliving the same exact scenes over and over. I don't know how much you played, but it was actually different every single time you died.
A little. It wasn't
enough to not be annoying.
Game.
Enough to not be annoying.
It wasn't a completely different game. Like, oh, why am I playing Mario? It just the scenes changed a little, and then it took you. Look, the game sounds cool on paper. Like Groundhog's Day meets Jason, but thank you. But it just didn't attach to me. In fact, there were some scenes that this is the part where like I'm in the tunnels and then somebody's going to electrocute you if you don't make the right choice, and you finally make your way back out. And I honestly, some of the scenes were so long, I fell asleep and woke up, and they were still doing it.
This was the one that had a bunch of action in it. This one was great, and you ended up
it was definitely different, and it had a lot of action that I appreciated. It was very.
This was actually a movie.
Yeah, it was actually like where the others are like, make a decision. Where everybody stares at you.
This was actually like playing a movie, and that's what was fun about it. I don't care that I was dying over and over. In fact, that became the appeal of it. I actually just started picking stupid things to see how it killed me because it was hilarious to me. And I was streaming this too, and our friends were cracking up too. In fact, they said the one of the streams I did, the first stream I did of this was one of the, but like they clipped me 20 times because we were just cracking up so hard at this stupid shit, and I was saying all these dumb things because it was entertaining, and that's what I ended up liking about it. I mean, it's called Dead Reset for a reason because that's the gimmick, and if you don't like the gimmick, then you're not going to like the game.
Yeah, I mean, and everything about it, in practice, it feels more like, what if every decision you made was wrong, but also the game judged you for trying it? The atmosphere. It
does, and it is, and it usually is wrong.
The atmosphere actually is solid. I mean, there's a gritty, oppressive sci-fi vibe that really commits to, and the lighting is moody and environmental. It feels like it was designed by somebody who hates the concept of personal safety and the whole thing.
What about the gore, though? I mean, this was a high production value.
Yeah, the whole energy is like you should not be here type vibe, which is cool. And the gore, it was It was pretty
Gory as
gory.
hell.
I
Like
mean,
way over the top out of any FMV game I've ever seen. None of them were this gory. None of them. I mean,
the
there's straight up
the
slit throats. There's shotguns to the head, like straight through
yeah.
your head,
Oh,
like
that
four
was
times.
brutal.
I got so pissed at that stupid black guy, and I don't mean to sound racist, but he's constantly putting a gun to my head and he shoots me in the head 4 fucking times.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
so pissed at him, and then he goes and tries and redeem himself at the end. I'm like, no, you're dying, Slade. I'm sorry. No matter
Yeah,
what I have to
there's
choose
one
here,
scene
no matter
where
what,
you
I'm killing you.
choose. Yeah, there's one scene where you choose to save him, and
Yeah,
then
and I did, and he still acts like a dick.
you save him, and he headbutts you,
Yeah,
and the
and puts a
monster
gun
eats
back to
you.
your head.
No, and the monster eats me. And I was like, oh, okay, so I saved you for being a dick.
Yeah, I saved him from the
Yeah,
monster on that. I thought, and like, cause he tore up my heartstrings a little bit. I have that stupid empathy thing, and even as
yeah,
much as I
right.
hated him for him killing me multiple times, I finally had the empathy, and I saved him from the monster, and he's still a dick. And so finally, by the end, I was like, I'm gonna make sure you're dead. And then he goes and
Yeah, yeah,
redeems
yeah.
himself, stupid
And it's just yeah.
dick.
I mean, there is a warning when the game starts. Hey, this game's got a lot of content that you're not going to be liking. Like,
Yeah,
and the first thing that's really actually what they do is when he has to cut the stomach. And I don't know if you noticed this or not. I mean, kudos to the special effects team. It's obviously a pig's belly. Like, it's just
I didn't even pay attention to that. It doesn't look right. It looks gross, but they were
that's a
gory
part of
enough.
my segment
Oh no.
of Paul's Pigs.
As if he
I
hasn't complained enough this episode.
No, that was it. It was just like, oh, this is really gory. Get ready. We're going to slice the side of beef, and this maple syrup is going to come out. But it got much gorier after that.
They were doing practical effects, which is cool. I always like practical effects. So it wasn't like CGI stuff. It looked like they were setting up these practical effects to look realistic. It was nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a point where you take out a guy's eyeballs, both of them, if you feel
Yeah,
like it. I
it's
did one. I went ahead and went for the second too, just for fun.
You went for the second.
I was like, what if I need two retinal scanners? So I took both eyes. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's gory as shit. They go in there with a knife and blade and like up close, and you're just cutting right around that eyeball, and you pop it on out with your fingers, and you look at it, and yeah, this is the goriest like freaking FMV game I've ever played. It was pretty nasty, but I liked it overall. Out of all the ones I played, it was probably the best.
It's
But
you feel like after a while, you feel like, can I ask somebody who's responsible for this scenario? Just like it's like C Lab 2000. It just happens to be under the sea where they do
it did
human
remind me of C
experiments.
Lab 2000, actually. Yes, that's a good reference from Cartoon Network. That's funny. Totally does.
Uh,
2021, wasn't it? C Lab 2021? Is that what it was called? Boy, that's forever
yeah,
ago.
yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Can
Yeah,
I?
totally.
Can I speak to whoever keeps scheduling my suffering? Because that's what this game was.
All right, so that's all
Um,
the ones that we played together. I had two bonus
yeah.
games if you want to play your
Oh,
little bonus sound. All right, because I can never just play what we're supposed to play. I got to play extra.
right. Yeah,
So there's two more games. Both of them are no, one of them is from Wales Interactive. It is called Mia and the Dragon Princess, and
yeah.
it is
Okay.
only an hour long, and it is basically if the Goonies movie was a martial arts film also. So it's like it's an action adventure movie, and it really does feel like you go on. You're this kind of bored barmaid that meets up with this all of a sudden this crazy mystical lady that doesn't speak English
Right.
appears suddenly, and she's got a weird mystical bracelet on that's pointing her different directions, and she also kicks a lot of ass, and
I'm listening.
you end up going on an adventure with her that she turns out she's a time traveler, and she used to lead an entire all-female pirate cast to go plunder the seas and kick ass and take things. And so it turns into this, like I said, Goonies style adventure where you're taking on this adventure with this crazy martial arts mystical lady that doesn't speak English, and
Yeah.
you go through, and there's a big bad guy who's trying to capture her because he wants to get all the charms that give him the ultimate power, and she's trying to get him
Right.
first. And so yeah, so it's what do you expect of like a typical like action adventure movie. And it's fun. The thing is, you can actually go on YouTube and watch it without ever having to play it. You can watch the whole thing. It's
Oh,
actually
really?
as a movie.
That's how I feel all FMVs should be.
But this one really felt like that, because that's the only complaint I have, is that it feels like my choices didn't really make a difference. Like I was kind
Right.
of just watching the movie, and it was an hour-long movie.
Yeah.
Because I'd pick, and the choices were kind of blatant. It was basically like be decent or be a dick. And so I was like, well, there's no like gray area here, huh? Um,
Right.
so I'll sorry, my wife walked in. I just lost my train of thought.
uh,
Um, yeah, so it just didn't feel like I was affecting the game really that much. But it was a good experience if you want to watch it. But I mean, I paid $50 for the physical of it, and it was an hour-long game, so I'm kind of a little
Mm.
bit upset about that. And
You
I
know,
opened it, devaluing it, so I should have just got it digitally.
I should have said this at the top of the show, but I because I forgot to mention something that happened when we were in Sacramento. Did
But
I tell you about the Atari games that I got there?
you said you got like 30 of them for like $50 or something like that, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, like a thrift thing, right?
Nice.
And the guy kept kicking the box, and he's like, I don't know, what do you want for this? It was in like a laundry basket,
Really?
right? And he shipped it to me. He shipped it to me back here, so in SoCal.
Awesome. You should
And
show them
that,
off on the next show. Show them all your
yeah.
physical.
And then and then I did was I opened the box with a neighbor friend of mine who likes to play video games. He's our age, right? And I actually whipped out your Atari 7800 you bought me for Christmas
Oh, nice.
because it plays 2600 games, and there had to have been in there like 5 Pac-Mans, 3 Donkey Kongs. Like it was
Of course.
and then there was like 10 cartridges for the Atari 800. And I was like, God
Atari
damn it.
800? That
Yeah,
exists?
it was a computer. It
Oh,
was
well,
when
oh, okay.
it was they came out with the 400 as a computer and the 800 as a computer. Atari went into the computer thing. And so it had cartridge, but people used it for games. Uh, and I whipped out all these games, and a lot of them were either broken or you couldn't really play them on that machine. I have to find real Atari
It only
controllers.
plays 2600 or 7800. It doesn't play 52. The one I got you. It
Oh,
plays
okay.
26 though. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that's what I was
anyway,
gonna say
sorry.
is I was gonna say they
That was
probably
it. I forgot to mention that.
Atari's pretty cheap to collect for. There's only a few games that are actually worth something, but that's the problem is you'll find them probably broken, or you got to check in there and see if the clips and all the stuff are actually on it or
Yeah,
broken
I
off and all
know.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But
But
if
they
you just
seem
want to
to
put them,
last
if you just want to put them
forever.
on your shelf and have them stacked where it says, Space Invaders, asteroids, like it just looks nice on
Yeah,
a shelf
it looks
and
cool. Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
whatever.
But
But I had one more
anyway,
game here. We did.
go
I
ahead.
actually
Sorry.
I made him buy it because I heard it was a really good game. And the thing is, it actually I had a great
It
time
will
with it.
sit in the backlogs of
Yeah,
Paul's
he'll never
computer.
play it because as soon as I started it up, I was like,
FMV3 is when we'll
fuck,
play it.
he's not gonna play this as soon as I was in the first hour of it. Because what it is, it's called simulacra, and the
Right.
definition of what a simulacra is a avatar basically. It's like it's a online representation of yourself basically.
Right.
And so what this game is it's called a found phone game. And this reminded me of a couple movies out there where the entire movie takes place on a computer screen and you
Right.
just interact with pop-ups and stuff like that and it tells a horror story. Well, that's the same thing with this. It's a found phone game where the entire thing. Will you shut the fuck up? No, I agree. It's actually really boring to play through, but the story is good. The entire thing takes place on someone else's phone. You have the doorstep, on your doorstep is left this phone from this girl, Anna, who's now disappeared. There's a weird ass video on there. It looks like she's been taken into this alternate reality by some killer. You
Right.
have
Right.
no idea what the hell's happening. And so you start going through her phone. You have to investigate her phone. You interact with her dates that she's matched with on the dating app. You go through, you communicate with people through the messenger. You go on her TikTok and watch videos that she's posted.
Right.
Like you do this whole investigation, and it was actually a really I kept playing because I want to know what the hell happened to her. And granted, and the characters are they honestly get kind of interesting. There's her ex-boyfriend Greg, he's douchey as hell, but he's got kind of like a violent side to him, and like he
Yeah.
just seems a
Yeah.
little suspicious. There's the guy that she was talking to on the dating app, Taylor, who's like super D-bag, like over like friendly and stuff, and like
Yeah.
I just want to help everybody, like. And so the characters, like, I just wanted to know like who killed him. And there's like all of a sudden the alternate reality they'll come in where your phone will change to like a negative reality and like you're interacting with weird demonic things and like it
Okay.
just got weird. It just and so the payoff in the end really wasn't that great, but and it takes 6 hours to get through. 6 hours of playing on
6 hours.
a phone, literally.
Ugh.
I don't know how I made it through it, but I really was intrigued to know what the hell happened. So
All I have to say to that is you owe me $29.
no,
That's
twelve
fine.
ninety nine.
I'm kidding. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say I wouldn't people recommended it to me, and I can't really recommend it because I can't. It's just boring to play, but it's also a good story. So I don't know. I don't know. That's why I said overall the ones we played this time weren't as fun and exciting, other than Dead Reset, which I liked, but they just weren't as cool as the last ones we picked. But I got
Right.
plenty more to pick from in the future. We'll do another one in a
I can't
year.
believe they're still
One a
making them,
year.
to be honest with you.
There's
I
more in the
mean,
works. I checked Whales Interactive because I'm pissed right now. That Mia and the Dragon Princess, I'm trying to do a whole new series called Josh Plays the Movies. I showed you my little
okay.
thumbnails for it and everything. And so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
uploaded
yeah.
the first one, Mia and the Dragon Princess, where I basically sit and talk shit to the movie the whole time. It's like Mystery Science Theater 3000 with me.
It
And
still works.
oh, it's
It
fun. It's
still
great.
works.
My streaming friends have a great time with it when I'm just talking shit to the movies. But I go to upload it and it gets a copyright strike, which understandably, so I looked this up ahead of time. It says when you get the copyright strike, make sure you have the company's name in the description and everything, and
Right.
then challenge the strike, and they should just go ahead and let it through because other people have done what I've done on YouTube. I got denied again, and if I try and appeal it and argue with them, they'll give me a copyright strike on my account, which could make me lose it. So
Mm,
I contacted the company directly being like,
wow.
can you give me permission to like upload your games? Because we Whales Interactive, we play a lot of them and I wanted to upload a lot of them and share their content. So I'm waiting on approval from them to actually be able to show their
Did
games
they
on YouTube right
respond, or
now.
they just
I
said,
just emailed them this morning because they denied me within 24 hours. They had up to 30 days to deny me. Within 24 hours, they're like, fuck no, you're not posting that. I'm like, okay, well then I
"Who
don't know
wants to
what to do.
listen to two old guys talk about our games?"
But you can go online and you can pull up me and the Dragon Princess and watch other people sit there and react to it. So I don't
Wales
know.
Interactive. I'll have you know that we are the second most listened to podcast in
Are
the
we number
UK.
2 now in the UK?
In
Yeah,
the
so we get a
UK,
whole like whopping 200 listens an episode or something. Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. Don't say anything. I don't want to ever know any numbers of anything. I don't care.
I get numbers once a week, and I
I know
basically.
we got about 50 people or 50 views per video one now that we're uploading. We're
Oh,
getting
okay.
about 50 more, and we had that, the one that blew up to almost 300 views on Metro.
That's
That was
your
cool.
department. I have
Yeah,
no
I
interest
handle all the
in.
video promotion and
Yeah, I
stuff
have
like that.
no
But
interest
I
in
will tell you
anything.
that is going up. We were getting under double digits for quite a while, and now we're getting
Yeah.
in 50s for at least
Oh,
views. So
okay.
it's
That's
something.
cool.
People are at least checking it out.
Yeah.
We got gaming news.
Gaming news.
And now it's time for gaming news.
Thanks, Toby.
And as usual, what do you have for gaming news?
Nothing.
Ha!
I just had the only thing I had was was I used a joke from comedian Shane Gillis, if he's listening. He's my new favorite comedian.
He's hilarious.
He did a joke about about women folding shit, like that type of thing, and I just kind of stole the joke and put it on Twitter because it was about Fahey or Faye,
Laffy.
Laffy or Faye, about being the game about God of War, Kratos' wife. And I commented on Twitter. I said, hey, "What's this game about? Folding shit?" And I actually even tagged Shane Gillis on Twitter, but he's not gonna.
Somebody
He's
even
not gonna.
somebody made a meme of that too, where it's her and she's actually throwing laundry in a washing machine.
Yeah, yeah.
So we can actually talk about that because I was going to bring that up anyway, and we can
I
talk
mean, it
about
looks cool.
the gaming community's reaction to female characters being the lead in games because
Yeah.
we've had some great reception when it comes to Ghost of Yotai, or like we had just with God of War. They're
I'm
pointing
always
out.
open to talking about the nagging force behind the men that we play games of. I
It's just every time that something gets released and there's a like Forspoken's another example, a female lead, it gets shit on by this incel community of gaming people that are or the anti-woke community, the incel community, all these
or
shitty
Josh
ass
calls them
guys,
mouth breathers.
mouth breather neckbeards that all just seem to have to they demand that
Neckbeards.
their women must be super sexual in all their video games. They can't look like normal women, and
I
they
mean,
they can't
why
take the
can't a
leads
woman be
because
hot?
they I don't have a problem with that, but that's what they demand. They say that this should be there
Well,
should be no reality in it or whatever, that let's just
demanding it.
big titties, huge ass, and like so, with women taking over these, and they're throwing a fit right now about Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider coming out. She's not sexy enough. What the fuck is wrong with Tomb Raider?
What
Like,
does
have you
that
seen the
mean?
new Tomb Raider? Yeah, oh
I
yeah, some
mean,
dude posted her today. This piece of shit that always does this kind of commentary on X posted her just completely like ass
was it
out, looking
red?
over the shoulder and like just completely sexualized and stuff. So, do you feel like characters need to be sexualized, or can they just be an average woman leading a game?
See, this is the thing.
Ah, fuck.
In my day, you had to actually find porn. Like, it wasn't as accessible it was today. And when people's imaginations kind of took off with this whole idea, like, you know what I mean by a text-based game?
Oh yeah, Zork.
Zork,
Sure,
right?
sure.
But then there was like crazy adaptations. So there was porn games like Zork, that were the farmer's daughter.
Yeah, it
Where
doesn't matter what media you present. Porn's going to find their way into it. It goes with
right.
everything. There's a porn
So
version of everything. It's called Rule 34, basically.
there was never really like a way to see women, you know, just like when women's bathing suits weren't like just a huge king size sheet around them when they went swimming.
Right.
You know, like people flipped out when the ankles came out. You know, like so in video games when it evolved to like let's say Lara Croft or something, it was like, oh shit.
Oh, I know
we can
the pointy
imagine-
titties of '96. That was
Now we
that
can
was a big
imagine-
deal. Yeah.
It was like the OnlyFans of the day. Now we can imagine like women as people who are just, and I think the premise originally is, well, let's make them as hot as possible because that's our fantasy.
It was like that with superheroes too. All the superhero women were big chested and just voluptuous and in your
Yeah.
face and sexy long blonde hair and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was all because that's the way it sold. Sexualize it.
Right.
I just see it as now. I don't know. It's just okay. Well, I guess let's have Josh go ahead and admit something. I'm actually asexual. I don't have sexual thoughts. They have never really affected me during my life. I know it. I know it. To be specific, I'm actually demisexual. I only get sexual thoughts for my wife or the relationship that I am in, and otherwise they don't affect me, which is why I've had girlfriends my whole life that have never been complicated with sexual problems or anything like that. That's why I've been called gay my whole life, because I'm not sexually driven as a guy. It's all these reasons. So to me, sexualizing these characters, it just seems pathetic. Like, is that what you need?
Where do
So
you
that's
think
just
that comes
my
from?
opinion, though. What?
Over the years, is it the years of abuse you had growing up?
It's just, I think
I'm
it's
not
just
trying to dig
no.
deep.
I
I'm
think
just
I think
wondering.
it's
I'm
just
just
innate.
curious.
Originally, I thought it was because of the religion I was raised in, because it was, it was shamed and it was desexualized and
Well, that could be a part
no
of it.
no sex before marriage or anything like that. But
Yeah.
actually, it just ended up being me. I've never looked at a girl and been like, I'd love to tap that. I don't think those thoughts. I don't
Yeah.
have those thoughts.
No, I
So
understand,
it's always been like that with me, and I've always felt weird about it because I've always been able to be just friends with girls, where other things become complicated with men turning things sexual or whatever it is. So sexualizing everything just to me seems silly in the first place. So my opinion maybe not be the best on it because it just seems unnecessary and silly to me.
I'm torn, to be honest with you. But then again, I come from a different era. Like I'm not saying all women. Like I went to, I don't know if you remember, I showed you that picture of John taking me on the set of Walt Disney's
Right.
studios, right? And he pointed out to me, like you go on this set, and it's literally from when he started in the 40s. This set, right? And there's buildings, so there's each building has a name above it, right? And there's the animator's room, and there's the cutting room, the film. Even though John joked that it was where the emos hang out, and there was the, but he mentioned to me one building that was there. It was the animation building, and he said, "Fun fact: women weren't even allowed in this building
Really? Why?
because it was the 40s."
Oh, well, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Women were secretaries,
Right, or stay
they
at
got
home.
your coffee. They
Yeah.
didn't do this shit, and women weren't allowed in the animator's room, So, and when you grow up with that, yeah, I'm a social worker, so my biases are different. I have to change my idea of how things should look, like all the time, even in this crazy changing society where people are transitioning and stuff like that, and it never.
Well, we're still fighting for rights. You said 40s, they didn't have rights then, but the rights we're still lacking rights, but it's just in a different way now, and it's just for
Right,
equality.
exactly.
It's the same type of stuff. It's this stupid commentary that comes up every single time a female is featured in a game. It's the same fucking commentary from the same group of people, and it's no different than trying to take. I mean, these are the same people that are also saying 1919 voting rights should have never happened at the same time. So that's the commentary I see
It'll
from
die
the
out.
same.
It'll
It's stupid.
die out.
It has
But
to
at the same-
eventually. You just keep
at the same
pushing and just
time,
keep pushing.
It's like, oh, why are there still racists? Because they're being taught that.
Yeah, it's
So
taught.
it's-
It's learned. It's a learned
yeah.
behavior.
Over time, it's got to be, you learn. There's a whole movie about it, like about how great. You ever see Remember the Titans?
Oh, the football movie from a long time ago. Yeah.
It's all about, hey, we're 0-20. Maybe we should have black people on our team. You know,
Yeah, let's try some inclusivity.
that's the whole movie.
Right.
And then at the end, they're all patting themselves on the back about how great they were. It's about it. People who are like, wow, she's hot in the video game. You know, you could state facts about things, but I don't think primarily they should be hot out of the gate just because there's women in it. I just think there's a lack of women in games, and that's
Yeah, I just
why
like the
they make them
representation.
stand out.
Half the time when
Does
I
that
pick
make sense?
yeah, half the time when I pick a character select, I'll pick a girl. Like I have some pretty badass Diablo 3 like female characters. Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't really matter. It shouldn't play a part, but people act so disappointed. We're in the middle of what they call the men's loneliness epidemic. Well, why
That's
the
what
hell do you
OnlyFans
think
is
there's a
for.
loneliness epidemic? Like you get these shitty opinions about women. There's this entire culture that's
Yeah.
being led by people like Andrew Tate and shit like that that have these horrible misogynistic opinion names about women, and
Oh yeah.
it's infested the gender of men, and
It's
it's
horrible.
an entire culture of woman hatred, and
Yeah.
I don't like that. It just pisses me off. So I do have fun going online on X and fucking with these people that have these
Right.
opinions like that because it's stupid, and I've been
Yeah.
screwing around on my game groups on Facebook the last couple of weeks trying to piss people off that have these opinions because it really is a stupid, shallow, like, I don't know. I don't,
I mean, I told somebody this the other day because we were taking a gender identity course at work because it's like a state mandated thing, right? And they said to me, "Hey, when you were in New York, did they have this?" I said, "Yeah, but it was with an overtone of like, you got to do this." Like, I'll tell you this: when I worked in New York at FedEx, right? I had a manager yell from across the warehouse to me, "Hey, Paul, don't forget you got to take the fag video course on." These were
Jesus.
actual words coming out of another man's mouth.
Oh, I had some dude
Paul,
yell that
you
at
have
me.
to take the fag course. So I described this to somebody, and they were aghast. And I'm like, that's just, it depends on who you catch in New York at what time, and if they're pissed or if they're not even pissed, and that's just them. You know, it's just that's just the way it's treated there. You
Yeah,
know,
that's what I had somebody yelling at me online the other day just for calling them out on their bullshit for that same thing. It's stupid. It's just
yeah,
ridiculous. But
and
let's
that's
move
why
on
I
to
made that
something.
joke about folding shit. It was just a joke. It wasn't
But that's the opinion that they're having. They're like women should be home doing the laundry. That's
right.
literally that's it. And I'm
Yeah,
tired
just
of it.
like, pfft, why you got
Anyway,
shoes on?
let's
You
move on
know?
to something more positive. So the
Yeah, go ahead.
big things that were happening in the industry for the last 3 days were giant gaming shows.
Yes.
Today was Summer Games Fest. The other day was the State of Play from PlayStation. So I'm just gonna run through all the announcements of
You run
everything.
through all of them because I
Yeah, but
only
you
saw
didn't watch
State of
any of
Play.
it.
No, I saw State of Play. I watched it after you said I just finished watching it, so I turned it on.
All right,
I
so let
watched the
me just
video.
pull up my information here. I'm not gonna run
Go
over
ahead.
everything, just the stuff that looked cool. They did show off more Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider looks awesome. Uh, the thing I'm probably the most hype here is Onimusha, the new Onimusha game.
Wait,
Um,
before can I interrupt you quick?
hmm,
What's the difference between Summer Game Fest and well, Sony is Sony State of Play. That's Sony shit.
that's just Sony.
But
The
what's
Summer Games
Summer
Fest
Game
is
Fest?
it's just a big show. It's like what E3 used to be type of thing. It's just now it's Summer Game Fest. There is
Oh,
no
that's
like
right. That's
E3
gone
anymore.
now, right?
That's completely
E3.
gone. So now there's these little shows. There's Summer Game Fest. There's the indie shows. There's a couple others. I don't remember all the
I'm
names of them, but
surprised we have
they're all
trade
happening in the
shows
next couple of
anymore.
months because this is showing off what's coming out for the next 6 months to a year. So
Yeah.
Onimusha looks awesome. They just released a demo for it. You can get the demo, and there is an unlockable that will carry over into the game if you play the demo. They say the sword fighting is amazing. I recently played the first Onimusha, and it held up incredibly well, so I bought the second one. I'm going to play that before the new one comes out. I pre-ordered the Steelbook right away. Rayman Legends is getting a remake. That was one of the funnest platforming games ever. I remember beating it on Vita with the sweatiest hands in the world on the last level because
That was a fun game.
it is such frantic like
Rayman.
platforming. Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's so good. They showed Wolverine off. People are kind of disappointed. It doesn't look that great, honestly. It looks kind of mediocre. So I don't know. I don't have an opinion really. I'm hoping it's great because I love comics and I love Wolverine.
Yeah.
Silent Hill Townfall showed off more stuff. People are still kind of mixed on it. I don't see a lot of hype for it, even though that's my number two. I'm excited for Onimusha 1 and Silent Hill Townfall 2. There's a new Ace Combat, Ace Combat 8. I actually just started playing Ace Combat 7 as a random pick like a couple of weeks ago to see if I still like the series because I didn't touch it since PS1. But I mean, dogfighting in the air with giant fighter jets, that's fun.
Yeah.
So Ace Combat 8 comes out soon. Wings of Thieves. They're doing a new Stuntman game. Stuntman was a cool concept where you like like
I
relive.
loved that game.
I heard it was hard as fuck. I heard it was too hard, so I never tried it.
It was very hard.
I really hope they get this new one right because it looks like a lot of fun, and they're playing through all the old movies like Back to the Future and stuff like that.
I mean,
Like
that PS1 version, it was Stuntman and it was Driver.
And they were both the reverse 360 on Driver that nobody could do. Yeah,
they were very hard. Both of them were very hard, but they were so much fun. Like it was like the challenging fun that you felt when you were like the frustrating challenge. You know,
right.
Like you're at the cusp of throwing your controller,
but you just one more time.
One more time, yeah.
There's a game called No Rest for the Wicked that is a co-op Souls-like. The little controversy on this is that it's coming out for PC and PS5, but they can't announce when it's going to come out for Xbox because they say the Series S is holding them back. Because of the Series S, they can't release No Rest for the Wicked, which people are hyped about, on the Xbox for they don't know when. And people are like, bullshit, why is Forza and GTA coming out for it? So I don't know. There's some controversy with that studio. It's the same studio I think that made Ori, the Ori games. So there's some controversy there. I don't know what's going on. What else we got? Ill looks awesome. It's just Ill. ILL. It is some zombie type game. Looks terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
FPS?
The graphics, was it FPS? I don't remember.
I won't play it.
I think it was. The modeling of the creatures and the gore in the creatures was something like I hadn't really seen before. It was crazy with that trailer.
Right, yeah.
Control is getting its sequel, Control Resonant. You play as Jesse's brother. I never finished Control, even though it's amazing. People love it. I just never made it through it, even though it's a great game. Until Dawn 2, and it was the big announcement at the end. Everybody loves the first one. Second one, I hope they do a great job. And then the big thing with gameplay shown was God of War Laffy, and that polarized the entire gaming community.
I'm interested in it. I'll play it. I'll play anything. I mean, that's the whole premise of it.
It's more we did God of War Ragnarok for a podcast last year, and I didn't like 2018. I never made it through it, but I loved Ragnarok. It was freaking amazing. It
was fun. I liked it.
It was amazing.
It was a little frustrating, but it was fun. You forgot to mention a bonus game you've been playing.
What?
007.
Oh, I did start that. That's awesome. I can't wait to go back to it. All I've had to play for the last 10 days is FMV games, so I'm burnt out. But I'm gonna go back to 007. I'm only maybe 4 hours in, but it's been great so far. It's a slow burn. They say it's too short, but I'm like 20 hours. That's gonna be just fine. Like I don't know what that's just fine. You never even make it through 4-hour games, so I don't even see you ever playing it.
I finish long games in my time. That's all.
Yeah, you'll never. That's why we can't play shit for reviews because you'll never make it through a game. I gotta find everything under 5 hours.
I don't have the time. I don't know what.
Everything under 5 hours.
This whole show is based on the premise that dads don't have time to play video games.
That is true. Let me just go over to Summer Games Fest and then we'll end this very long show. They announced the Resident Evil Veronica. We knew it was coming. The remake of the Dreamcast game, Resident Evil Code Veronica. That is coming. There's a new Cuphead game coming out, Mighty Cuphead Adventure. We've got a sequel to one of the most...
play it.
I know I don't have the patience. They were great games, great game, but I just no patience. They showed a sequel to one of everybody's favorite horror, Alien Isolation 2. Oh God, yeah.
Is it like,
if you like horror, play Alien Isolation. It'll terrify you.
Was it like Deep Space?
Deep Space, and you've got an alien hunting you that's way too fucking smart.
Well, obviously you're in the same room, so obviously he's smarter than you.
another big announcement. Oh, you have to be so careful with this alien. It's terrifying. Like it is a hold your breath game. Try Alien Isolation sometime.
Maybe.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. It's based on a kind of an R-rated like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story, which I love. That looks badass. It could be a real like legit Ninja Turtle game.
Okay.
What else do we got here?
I am desperately waiting for He-Man.
The game? There's a little beat 'em up that's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like Street Fighter, but He-Man.
It's not Street Fighter. It's Final Fight. Yeah, it's like a little beat 'em up.
But He-Man. I'm dying to play it. I don't know why. I never even was a big fan.
I never had the toys. I never saw the show. I never did anything with He-Man, so I have no nostalgia for it. It sucks. I kind of wish I did. I was an 80s kid, but I didn't.
It was very 80s. It was very homoerotic.
Well, my parents
80s.
thought that Skeletor was demonic, so anything demonic we couldn't fucking, do.
Well, I mean, Jesus.
New Star Wars Zero Company, which is a tactics game. New DLC from Monster Hunter, even though that game died, and new Attack on Titan game. Attack on Titan, fun game, cool anime.
Monster Hunter.
I
Never liked
did, and I was
Monster
so hyped for the new one that I went out and bought the Steelbook edition like day one, was all ready to go, and then it just died out faster than anything I think I've ever played.
I'm too busy catching up on Rick and Morty season 9.
Oh God, I still never really watched that show.
Oh my God!
Hey, but we are going to play High on Life 2 at some point, right?
Yeah, maybe.
We have nothing picked for our next games or anything.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to
I
come
don't
up with
know.
something. I'm
Maybe
not
have
even
a
going to
list.
speculate. I still
I
have
could go through my
Pragmata. I
wish
still have
list, but-
Pragmata sitting here sealed that I bought brand new, waiting to
That
see if
you
you'd ever
said
play
I
it.
should play.
Yeah. Can you make it through a 12-hour game?
No.
Okay. Well, then I quit.
Not
I
until
don't
I'm
even
done
know.
with school.
Hey, anybody out there want to do a podcast and play games? Like actually play games? That'd be fantastic. Let me know. Hit me up. Gosh,
Does
Josh
anybody
Games.
have nothing to do?
I work a full-time job and I go to the gym full-time and I come home and have 3 hours a night to do whatever I want. All right, we don't know what we're doing next. We'll figure out something. Much love to you. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks. Talk to you.
Peace out.
Dad's Game Review on Twitter. You're at Gosh Josh Games on Twitter. Anywhere else? What's your channel? And
It doesn't matter. No one cares. Bye.